Good morning, dear students of class 6. As you know that we are all at homes because of this lockdown, and therefore I am here to give you online class on biology. And today our topic is the structure of flower. All of you have seen flowers, right? There are many occasions we use flowers. If it's a birthday, wedding anniversaries, weddings, we give bouquet of flower to someone. Same way, we also buy flowers to decorate our houses. We keep them in the flower houses. Whenever there is a festival, we decorate our house with flowers. And many times, we offer flowers in the churches, temples, etc. Therefore, we can say that flowers play a very important role in our lives. But one more thing is that they are also important because they are the reproductive parts of the plants. So today we will be learning about the structure of a flower. As you can see here, I have drawn the flower. In fact, this is the diagrammatic representation of flower. So this is the portion. This is attached to the plant. You can say this is the stalk of a flower, and we call it pedicel. We call it pedicel. At the tip of the pedicel, you can see the swollen portion, this one, and that is called the thalamus. Thalamus is the swollen tip of the pedicel. This acts as a base for all this, and we call them whorls. There are 4 whorls of a flower: calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. And we'll be learning about all these 4 whorls one by one. As you can see here, this green leaf-like structure, you must have seen in the flower, the base of the flower, you have got this green leaf-like structures. We call them sepals. Singular sepals. Collectively, these are called calyx. So that is the first and the outermost whorl of the flower. Calyx is the first and the outermost whorl of the flower. Second, you can see this portion. We call it petal. Petal, singular. Collectively, we call it corolla. This is the most attractive part of the flower. You can find petals in various colors: red, orange, pink, yellow, white. So this makes the flower very attractive. Calyx was the first outermost layer. Then we have got corolla, the petals, which is the second layer, second whorl of the flower. The third one, we have got stamen. We also call it male reproductive part or androecium. Don't get confused. Androecium and male reproductive part are same. It is made up of stamen. So this tube-like structure which you see, that is the part of stamen, and this is called filament. So filament is a tube-like structure. On the tip of the filament you will see this sac-like structure. It's a bilobed structure which is sac-like, and we call it anther. So anther and filament together they make stamen. Last but not the least, the innermost whorl of the flower, which can also be called the female reproductive part or gynoecium, which is made up of pistil. Another name for this is carpel. So there are three parts of it. At the tip you can see the stigma, which is a sticky part. In the middle you will see style, which is a tube-like structure, and here you can see this swollen structure. This is ovary. Inside this ovary you will find this small egg-like structures. These are called ovules. So these are the various parts of carpel. Another name, pistil. What are the parts? Stigma, style and ovary. Okay, this was the innermost whorl of the flower, which is also called the female reproductive part. Now one by one I will be telling you about the functions of all these parts. Let us start with the first one, the sepal, the first whorl of the flower. Collectively we call it calyx, which is made up of sepals. Sepals, as you see, it is green in color. It protects the flower in its bud stage. So the function of calyx is the protection of the flower in a bud stage. Next, as we come, it is the whorl. The second whorl is corolla, which is made up of petals, the attractive part of the flower, which I said they are red, orange, yellow. Now the function of this is they also protect the reproductive part of the flower. One more function is they attract the insects for pollination, which you will be learning later on. The third whorl here is androecium. Here you can see androecium, which is the male reproductive part. Two parts are there, anther, which is a lobe, bilobe structure here on the filament. Filament is the tube-like structure. Now this produces the male cells which are present in pollen grains. Now this anther has got pollen grains. Sometimes you must have seen the powdery stuff, powdery particles. These are the pollen grains. Inside this pollen grains you have the male sex cells. So the function of this stamen or the male reproductive part is to produce male sex cells. Last one, the innermost whorl, which is the female reproductive part, called as gynoecium, which is made up of carpel. Another word for carpel is pistil. Now here on this stigma, the pollen grains are received from the anther to stigma. Here the pollen grains are received. So one function is it receives the pollen grains, which contains the male sex cells, and one more function is there. It produces the egg cells or the female sex cells, which are present in the ovule. These ovules are present in the ovary, which is the base swollen part of carpel. Okay? So now we have come to the end of this structure of flower topic. I hope you have understood this. I have got very small assignment for you. The first one is you have to draw a labeled diagram of the parts of a flower. You can go with this, or else one more diagram is there in your textbook on page number 25, and figure is 2.1. One more function, one more question you can add to your assignment is mention the functions of 4 whorls of the flower. Mention the functions of 4 whorls of the flower, that is calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. 4 functions, one is calyx, other one is corolla, and third one here is gynoecium, and the fourth one here is so mention the functions of 4 whorls of the flower. So bye till we meet again. Stay at home and be safe. Thank you.